very much for coming. I'm going to act as your waiter today, and I'm going to sort of set the table, if you will, for Mr. Dennis to get up here with his marvelous presentation to move you with the Rotary projects. And I'm very happy to have you here. We talk briefly about Rotary, our Artists of the World program that we're starting to put together now that will benefit Ron's organization. Rotary is an international service organization that is throughout the world, and it's a very quiet organization, but it has a very unique structure to it. The Rotary is made up of individual clubs, and everything flows from those clubs going up to Rotary International. Rotary International worldwide has a very large reach. We have 1.2 million Rotarians throughout the world. We have almost 34,000 Rotary clubs throughout the world. And when we talk about places like Tokyo or Hong Kong, and we have Club Rotary there, in Hong Kong we have over 100 Rotary clubs. In Tokyo, excuse me. We have over 60 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So the penetration of Rotary throughout the world is really enormous. And we're going to be relying on that organizational structure to work our Artists of America show as we go through this. We have an additional 600,000 people working in Interact, Rotaract, and a Rotary Community Corps. So we really have 1.8 million Rotarians and Rotary associates throughout the world. The question is Rotary sustainable, and are we relevant? Quick history of us. We were formed in 1905 in Chicago. By 1911, we were an international organization with clubs chartered in Canada, Ireland, and Great Britain, and also in Denver. 1911, this Rotary Club was established, and so we're 100 years old this year, and we were very proud of that. 1917, the Rotary Foundation was formed. 1945, 49 Rotarians helped write the UN Charter. In 1985, Rotary starts its Polio Plus, probably one of the largest efforts in the world to eradicate a disease. And it actually has roots here in Denver through Grant Wolkin. Grant had polio when he was a child. He lost his first wife to polio, and he's very concerned about trying to do something about stopping the disease. And so with that, we formed Polio Plus, and Rotary has raised over $1 billion, or nearly $1 billion, I guess, for this effort. We just got a grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for $355 million. And when Bill Gates gave the check to Rotary, he said, only would I trust Rotary with this kind of money, which I think is a great tribute to our abilities and to our effectiveness. 2006, we eradicated about 99.9% of the polio in the world. There are still some very small pockets where it's very hard to get to, and we're going to continue until that's done. We have as a scholarship program, an ambassadorial scholarship program in Rotary. It is the largest scholarship program in the world. Through our international exchange student program, we send 8,000 students a year to various countries under our program. And in addition to the Polio Plus money, Rotary International Foundation has contributed $2.3 billion to causes throughout the world. And that doesn't include any of the local clubs like the Denver Rotary Club. And our Rotary Foundation gives about $300,000 a year to various groups here in Denver. We have what the military calls boots on the ground. And we have, as we said, 1,200,000 Rotarians that live and work in the various communities that we provide our assistance and help with. And so when the money goes there, they know that it's coming, they're in control of it. And that assures us financial accountability. It ensures us that the projects will get finished. These are, whether they're hospitals or orphanages or water projects, whatever, they all work the same. We are able to ensure the maintenance of the projects. More importantly, we're able to do the education that's necessary that Ron will really get into as we talk about water and sanitation. Denver Rotary, 100 years old. 1946, we established Denver Kids. It's a program that was started right after World War II done some really astounding programs, and we have been able to sustain them for a long period of time. Right now, Denver Kids serves about 1,000 kids in the Denver public school system. We have our Branch Rickey Award. It's in its 19th year for fundraising. We've had our AOW, Artists of America, that ran for 20 years from 1980 to 2000. It was a great idea. We raised $2 million for our foundation, and we sold over $5 million worth of art. So it's on this basis of which we're starting our Artists of the World program. Favorite headline that I like to write for our Rotary Club is, Rotary goes from 0 to $135 million in 7 months. 3 Rotarians, Seth Patterson, who is going to be president next year, John Klug, who is a member of our committee, and Grant Wilkins, who is also a member of our committee. Those 3 were responsible for raising $135 million starting last March, and with a check being written in August of this year. That money will go for providing internet connectivity for every school in the state of Colorado. So once it's in the schools, then obviously the hospitals can tap into it and various other groups. So this will really put the hardwire of interconnectivity to the internet throughout there. And this was done largely because of actions of Denver Rotary. AOW, Artists of the World, is the next in a long line of our efforts to fundraise and to get started on funding an international water program. We are obviously Rotarians as we work on this, but we see ourselves really as social entrepreneurs. And we are here not to build an art event. We're here to build an organization and a business that will be sustainable for a long period of time to provide what we think have the capability of being millions of dollars that will help fund these water projects. We introduce some of my members here. Allison Clark-Karnstein, who's our faction maven, is here with us. Sherry Helmstedter's here. Saw Sherry. Larry Gloss, someplace he may be outside, being Sergeant of Arms. Mike O'Connell, can't miss him, 6'8". Frank Lawrence, there he is. Adams Price, in the back. John Klug is having surgery on removing a molar, so he's not with us. Pete Warzel just joined us. Pete is a very interesting fellow. He's got great entrepreneurial experience, and he's bringing a lot of talent to our committee in terms of how we are going to approach this, and we're very happy to have Pete with us. And then, of course, Grant Wilkins, who is in California on a large Rotary Club meeting, couldn't be with us today. So, Artists of the World, the best art for the best artists for the best cause. Utilizing the power of Rotary and the magic of technology, we are going to put on one of the best international art shows in the world. Based on our 20 years of history in Artists of America, based on Rotary having 34,000 clubs, 1.2 million Rotarians, 1.8 million throughout the world, we have a reach and a power and an ability to put on an art show that we think can rival anything that's out there. As we're going through this, our goal is to reach 50 million in sales by the time we're stabilized, probably 2020, maybe earlier. $50 million is a lot of art to sell. Let me put it in a little context for you. Christie's auction house sold $2.57 billion of art in the first 6 months of last year, 2010. And we're in a recession. So that's $5 billion annually. So if we do 50 million, that's 1% of what just Christie's does. Now there's Sotheby's and there's every other art house out there. So the art world is a thriving business, especially in this economy. So we're happy about that. The partners that we're talking to, some of which are listed up here, UMB Bank. We're working with UMB to issue a Artists of the World credit card. Not only will we get some revenue from the credit card and the sales that are there, and will we give them exposure to 1.8 million Rotarians throughout the world, more importantly, for the well-heeled investor who has one of these cards, the bank can provide a line of credit of $100,000, $500,000, so that when that person goes to the Artists of the World sale,